I watched a founder lose his company in 6 months. He still owns 60% of the shares, but nobody listened to him anymore. Not his team, not his board, not even the investors he brought in. He didn't get fired, he just became irrelevant. And here's what killed me. He never saw it coming because he thought owning the company meant controlling it. But ownership and influence are two totally different things. And if you can't move people to act, somebody else will. Here's what you need to know. I've spent 35 years inside billion-dollar companies and startup boardrooms, and I've watched this pattern destroy brilliant leaders over and over again. They had the best ideas, the best strategy, the best product, but they couldn't make anyone believe in them. So somebody else stepped in and took the wheel. Not through a coup, not through politics, just by being more influential. And once I started teaching other leaders how to prevent this, I watched people who were losing control of their own companies take it back. Founders who couldn't get their teams aligned suddenly had everybody executing their vision. CEOs who were being overruled in every meeting became the voice everybody waited to hear. And executives who watched opportunities slip away started closing deals they thought were impossible. Same people, same companies, wildly different influence. Here's a brutal truth that you need to know. Every meeting that you walk out of without making an impact, your authority shrinks. Not dramatically, just a little. But those small losses compound. And before you know it, you're still in the room, but nobody's listening. There are 3 hidden costs of not being influential, and most leaders don't see them until it's too late. Cost number 1, missed opportunity. The deal that didn't close, the partnership that drifted away, the decision that got made without you in the room. Here's what happens. You pitch, they nod, they say, "We'll think about it." And then nothing. Not because your idea was bad, because you didn't make them feel it. And somebody else who spoke with more conviction got the yes. Cost number 2 is lost momentum. Teams that stop following direction, projects that stall because your message didn't stick, initiatives that die because nobody believed in them enough to execute. Here's the pattern. You set the vision, you communicate the plan, you walk out thinking everybody's aligned, but 3 weeks later, nothing's moved. Not because people don't respect you, because they didn't connect to what you said. And momentum, once lost, is nearly impossible to rebuild. Cost number 3 is diminished authority. This is the one that kills careers. Every time you fail to move people, your credibility decays quietly, permanently. Here's how it happens. You make a statement, nobody acts on it. You make another statement, still nothing. And eventually people stop waiting to hear from you at all. They start making decisions without you. They start following somebody else. And by the time you notice, the damage is done. Now, here's what most leaders miss. They think influence is about being louder or more aggressive or having better logic. But that's not how it works at all. Think of your business like a car, okay? Your strategy is the engine. It creates power. But your influence, that's the steering wheel. And without it, all that power drives straight into a wall. The leaders who dominate the next decade, they won't be the smartest. They won't be the loudest. They'll be the ones who can command belief anywhere, anytime. Because influence isn't about manipulation. It's about mastery. Mastery of your presence. Mastery of your message. Mastery of your ability to make people move. And here's the good news. It's learnable. The founder I told you about, the one who lost control of his company, he didn't stay irrelevant. I started working with him and we rebuilt his influence from scratch. We changed how he opened meetings, changed how he delivered his vision, changed how he responded under pressure. And within 4 months, his board started asking for his input again. His team started executing without pushback. His investors started believing in him again. Same person, same company, different communication. If you want to learn how to do this, how to speak with precision, conviction, and power, so people don't just hear you, they follow you, I built a training that breaks down the exact system. How to protect your authority in every interaction. How to recover momentum when projects stall. How to command belief even when people doubt you. Now, it's not for everyone, but if you're tired of being right and still being ignored, if you can feel control slipping away and you want it back, the link's in the description. I'll show you how to speak like the 1% so you never lose the room again.
You